Welcome back, everybody. MrKelly. Last episode we finished. Oh, hi again.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
We finished disenchanting and selling stuff and making potions, whatever. We have a level up to do. I'll do that as soon as I'm done talking to this lady.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you
How
personally.
rude of this man to just walk in between us. Alright, let's do this level up. More magicka. I want to get about 250 magicka, and then I'll put 5 levels worth into health, get to like 150. Up a lot of points to put stuff into. So destruction, dual casting, that's huge. I can't do this yet. So I'm gonna be using conjuration as soon as I can. I could start doing it right now, to be actually honest, because I'm pretty sure I have a book that teaches me familiar. There we go, there's one. And then I'll do for alteration after. So let's read these Thalmor orders, or you can read them if you want. I don't really feel like reading them. I'm pretty sure it's about them being like, yeah, I don't want them to practice treasure in your riverwood, eh? So there's some little tiny trees and some stump or a rock or something in your riverwood, and there's a chest there. That's cool. So it's across the water too. I'll go hunting for that afterwards, probably. Yeah, when I have to head back that way anyway. Yeah, let's put all these spells on. Don't want clairvoyance, but Conjure Familiar will let me summon a little dude that helps me. He's not very strong, but it's good for leveling that ability up. And Oak Flesh I'll want, but I can't use it right away because it's extremely expensive, as you can see. But it increases my armor rating, and being as I don't wear armor, that will be useful late game, especially because there's perks that triple the effect of that for people that are wearing no armor, so clothing wears.
So you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
I did indeed.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon? Hey,
My lord,
hands off!
we should send
What?
troops to Riverwood.
I didn't touch nothing.
It's in the most immediate
Rude
danger.
ass.
If that dragon is lurking in the mountains.
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my
Yeah,
hold
he's
and slaughters
got no
my
time
people.
for that shit.
Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best.
Yeah, nobody likes you.
Well done. You
Thanks.
sought me out on your own initiative.
Yeah, sure.
You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small
Steel
token
armor,
my
of course.
There is another. Come, let's go find Farengar.
Alrighty,
My court
Farengar.
wizard. He's
We'll
been
be
looking into
buying
matter
at
related
least
to
one
these
spell from him.
dragons
Maybe
and
2.
rules.
Probably just 1, though. Hi, Farengar. This man's gonna tell you to do some stuff, or let me do some stuff for you. Alrighty. While that's happening, though, I'm gonna steal these soul gems, if you do not mind.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill her in with all the details.
Don't mind me. Now we can talk.
Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragon.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yes, I could use someone to fetch some... Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an... Ah, no mere brute. You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors,
They're my fantasies, that's for sure.
impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak barrow. A dragon stone said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Alrighty.
Take a look.
I got that. Let's see what spells he might have. So I could get Bound Sword. That's not a bad one either. But I'd rather not. The Flame Astronaut one is good too. It's really expensive though. But it's much superior to the Familiar. But it will just cost too much mana right now for me to actually be able to use it. I want this one too, but I think it's a higher level. It's much better, but I need like the next skill point of the Destruction of the Tree, or else it just like costs too much to use. Mage Light, Muffle, Hook Flesh, Raise Zombie, Reanimate Corpse, Soul Trap. That's the one that I want. So this one will let me fill those soul gems that I've been collecting. I have to cast it on something and then kill it. It's usually pretty expensive to cast, but it gives you a crazy amount of experience into Conjuration as well. So I'll level the skill up extremely quickly, but it's like half of my mana almost. So I can Conjure Familiar, cast Soul Trap on something, and then kill it, and then I'll fill a soul gem with it, and it'll give me a ton of Conjuration experience. That's the main goal, more than anything, is to level up off of it. Because these basic fights in this first dungeon will be pretty easy anyway. But before we do the first fight, oh god. Alright, I'm definitely going to remove that mod, like, probably before the next video, because the broken words are pretty rough too. Fast travel to... box. Yeah, I'll find that, that treasure. Because I want to be a treasure hunter, why not, right? And then I'll head up to Bleak Falls. Okay, I knew it was across the water, down the road a little bit, and near 2 dead trees and a stump or something like that. So I don't think it's anywhere near here, if I recall from looking at that map. I think it's much further down. So those are those 2 bridges. There's like a meat in there that leads into the bridges. Would that be this source then? Where is it? This has to be that first or second bridge, no? So it might be like just there somewhere. It's either this stump or that stump, I think. I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest, but I don't see anything in here. Aha! Yes, there's a chest in here. There we go. There's the treasure. Let's head back to Riverwood and on our way to the Bleak Fall Barrows. So there is where we'll get the golden claw for our friend and the trader, and we'll also get the dragon stone for Farengar. There's a 2-for-1 mission. Can I please have that? Thank you. So I want to Conjure Familiar, Soul Trap. Soul Trap is right, Conjure Familiar is left. So that absorbs like a quarter of my bar. And the other one will take a half. So I'll only have a little tiny bit there. So I'll probably do Seal, Sword, and Flames. And my flames were not working. It was showing the cast, but it wasn't working because I was swinging my sword, I guess. My magic regeneration is crazy. Damn. Look at that. I also get that cool little ghosty friend with me. So I can use that on like the wolves and stuff, but it doesn't work on humans because I don't have soul gems for them. But I can use them on the Draugrs as well. So I will do that because they're going to be pretty easy. The Draugrs are the undead people in the Bleak Fall barrows that'll be fighting. That's most of the enemy that's in there anyway. Or, yeah, I think it's every enemy except for the rats, so yeah. It's pretty much just Draugr in that. But there are some people here, and some people outside and at the start of the dungeon. But I can't use that on any of them, so I will do the dual cast flame cast. You'll see that too. So I put my hands together now instead of just split casting them, and it does huge amounts of bonus damage. And it costs only the same amount of mana as casting with both hands, I'm pretty sure. Burn, bitch. I could also be casting that other spell, and I probably will. The one that increases my armor rating. So I might cast Soul Trap on some creatures. Oh my god. And then use my other spell to increase my armor, and then use my sword and pretend I'm a warrior a little bit. I don't really need the one-handed skill points because I won't be putting any levels into it like anytime soon if I do at all. But it'll still give me points that I can use, like level up points that I can use on other magic abilities and stuff. So the levels aren't like harmful or anything. So. But yeah, there's a good cheese in the game that you can use this soul trap on dead corpses, and it gives you experience. I don't know if it works on humans, but I know it works on animals. Anything that you could soul trap. So if I could have filled a soul gem with it, I think it would have worked. But it gives you experience for that conjuration skill, and it's not something I'm going to abuse much. I might do it a little bit, but it's not going to be anytime soon anyway. So I have the Conjure Familiar. I'll run Oak Flesh. I will use my little bit of mana on flames, and then I'll go to the sword to fight the other guys. So this last guy gets to die via sword. Oh, savage! She's got some beast armor too. She got this gold armor necklace too, and some iron armor. Beautiful. I do the same thing here too, I think. Except for I'll just go full fighting instead. Oh, I didn't want Highborn on, but it's not bad to have on. So, oh, I should get that sword thing. So I will go back to Farngard after and get that Conjure Sword, and I'll use the Conjure Sword. I won't put points into leveling the ability, because you can do that in Conjuration to make those weapons that you conjure better. But I don't want to waste the points into it, because I'm not going to be using a lot of one-handed fighting for the most part anyway, so. We'll take that and that. And let's do this. Yeah, that magic regeneration makes a big difference. Having that racial ability too, this the high elf why I picked her, she gets 50 bonus magicka. It's not a huge deal. Actually, it kind of is. Like 50 bonus points is 5 levels worth of magicka, like allotment, like 5 levels worth as my passive. It's just not as good as some of the other magic ones are late game. But like early game, it's gonna help me so much, and it still follows through in the late game because just having extra magicka means I don't have to enchant as many things with it, or have as many items that have it. Also, you get a view of some fine booty there. Yes, the Seraph mod. Ooh, quarterstaff. I'm not sure if I have that Sparks enchantment or not yet, but I'm getting pretty close to a full inventory already. I do have some rats up ahead that I can capture. I'm not sure if they're here or further in, but I get prepared for it anyway. I'll have my dog tank it, and then I'll cast the soul trap on them, and then beat them down with the sword. I won't capture a lot, but I'll capture some. See if it works. I only get 2 casts, and it wasn't a level up still. I'm really hoping that I'll do it, and it'll just show that I got a level up, so you can see that it's working. Yeah, it's not working. I could just check in my skills menu to see how much XP I have in the school to see if it's working, but it might have to be on a creature that I've killed too. I'm not sure. I've done it in the past, but I have not done it in a long time. Okay, so it's a person instead here, but I will still do this and oak flesh. Did I not summon him? I thought I did. I do not want to have a spell out at the same time. You're not gonna rip no heart out, boy. Get him, doggy. Oh. Get a torch for my troubles. Oh, I'm going to equip those too. I forgot that. Or not equip them, but have them favorited so I can swap to them need be. Snake, snake, and dolphin is the puzzle password here. Almost always for these places, they just have like these little stones everywhere, and you just gotta line them up with that and pull the lever. It's very common in these sorts of Draugr dungeons. You'll see it like a lot throughout the playthrough. It's they're usually pretty basic and pretty easy to figure out, but I'll at least let you know how I figure it out for the first time. After that, probably not gonna bother. Alright, let's get my familiar's already out. I'll pull out the soul trap and then capture the soul of all of these things that come at me here. There's a way for my mana to regenerate to cast it again, though. I guess my wolf expired before this fight happened. Leave me alone! I like that they run away as soon as I soul trap them. They know. They're like, no! Your soul will make for a beautiful addition to a ring. And 1 scroll of fireball. There's usually a paralysis potion here too. I must have knocked it off or already grabbed it. That's shitty. I don't see it nowhere. Oh well. I don't really need it because I'm not going to use poisons like ever. That alteration skill tree has a paralyzed spell in it, and I'll end up using that. But so for here, I will get my familiar out, and I'll soul trap it, and then I'll cast. I'm gonna cast flames at it to kill the spider boss in this room. And let's burn this fool. It's nice having a tank for a moment when I'm already out of magic. That sucks. I'm not sure that I'll be able to beat it with my short sword and torch, but oh, I did it, and I got the soul trap. Good. There's a time limit on the soul trap too, so I had to go for it, or I would have just wasted that mana. I did get conjuration level off of that too, though, so it wasn't a waste either way. And before I release and murder that man, I am going to loot in here. So when you release this guy, he's the current holder of the golden claw, and as soon as you release him, he just starts running away like a coward. So you just kill him immediately. So I'll get my flames out,
I can feel it.
and never should have come here, eh? I believe that applies to you and you only, sir. You should have just dumped the claw at the front door and gone home, buddy. I have another level up too from all that conjuration stuff. Magic is at 210. I want it 250. And I have the first level of this. Conjuration dual casting is not really worth it. It just increases the duration. And most of the spells are 60 seconds and not like 30 like the other one was. And this is the one I was talking about for the swords, but I don't really care to do this. Like, bound weapons do more damage, is pretty decent, and soul trap is cool too, but I'm already casting that separately, so I could just save those points to use on other things anyway. Destruction's not quite 25. 25 would be for what? For the apprentice one. That would mean I could use that fireball spell that I wanted for less cost, so I'm definitely going to get that, but I can't use it yet. So I will use my points on something else. I don't really care for illusion magic. Oh yes, now I remember which one I was using. I was using that one for the armor and stuff, alteration. So let's check this one out. So the dual casting one is okay. I'm not sure if it affects the armor rating. I'm pretty sure it's just duration. It does say into an even more powerful version, so it could be as well, but this is pretty standard in all of them, is that it makes them cheaper as you go up to. But the other ones are blocks 10% of spell effects. So at the max rank, this blocks 30% of magic damage, which is a really good resistance. And the other ones protect spells like Stone Flesh and whatever are twice as strong if not wearing armor. So at the very end, I think it's 5 times stronger if I remember correctly. It's a huge boost. It makes those spells really strong. Like 40 armor, it's like, it's okay, but it's not as good as wearing armor is. But when it's twice as much, it's 80 for the first level spell. It's like, okay, that's good. And then when it's the max level, it's like 5 times or 3 times or whatever it is. It's like, it's a huge difference. And the highest level spell, I think, is base 80. So that armor rating is absolutely crazy. Stability, what's this one? Spells have greater duration. Okay, that's not bad. So that might make it so you don't need to use the dual casting unless the dual casting makes it stronger, which I doubt. And then this one is cool. Absorb 30% of the magic of any spells that hit you. So on top of the resistances, this applies separately. What it does is that anytime you would get hit by a spell, instead of getting hurt by it, you absorb the cost of the spell and you absorb the spell. So you take no damage from it, 0 damage, and you get the magicka back into your own magic because you can cast more spells. So absorbing magicka is really strong, and that's why the Breton class is really cool, because it is a base effect of or a spell or whatever that lets you do that effect for 60 seconds, and it absorbs 50% of all spells. So there's with that perk, that spell, and then there's like a standing stone that also gives that, you can have 100%, so you can't be hurt by other mages, which is really strong. I'm gonna summon my familiar. And I will also soul trap. So this is my familiar. Get him ready. And then I'll also cast oak flesh. So I'm going to let my magic respawn. Oh, never mind. They all came back. So he's soul trapped. Let's get my weapons out. Those guys messed up my dog pretty bad, so I'm just gonna get the fire out. Hopefully get a kill on one of these guys with just the fire. Oh, maybe even 1.5 people to make this fight much easier for me. Alrighty. I got another capture, it's good. I've already got quite a few, so... What I'll want to do is start making or collecting really light clothes and all the rings and stuff that I get, and I'll start enchanting those right away with those things just to start leveling up the skill so I can use those points on other things like before. This guy's a much harder fight, so I'll do the familiar and I'll go for the soul trap, but I have to start beating on him real quick, so I need to get real close and just start wailing on him as soon as I cast this shit. Let's get my flames out, get as much damage as I can on this bad boy, and then beat him down. Alrighty. Alright, it's good. He didn't get to hit me. I got the soul. Perfect. He's much stronger than the other ones were, so I'm just gonna let my magicka regenerate a little bit. I'll cast my familiar up here so he doesn't waken the guys, because as soon as you're in combat, you regenerate at half the speed, like 50% of your total regeneration. So it's good to just let yourself regenerate first in between these fights as a mage, and make sure not to awaken anybody so that you can do that. I'll do the oak flesh, and I'll capture a soul, and then I'll switch to flames again, I think. Did I miss? I missed that soul trap. And I think I just hit my fucking familiar. Oh no! Maybe I'll use some magic potions here, because I really want to capture a soul. Store magicka, that should be enough. Apparently it's not. Okay, that got somebody though. Whew, that was a close fight. Man, that familiar did no work for me. I messed up pretty bad, missing my spell multiple times, not having any mana to use my fire spells after. But I got everybody here, so I'm gonna regenerate slowly over time. Just let it naturally heal me. My regeneration for health is rather low, but my magicka is pretty high, so I can just heal myself too. And then let my magicka regenerate again. Let's just hold the torch out. And why not? Keep the soul trap too. Can I please get up? There we go. My inventory is getting pretty full already, so really the big things I'm looking for are soul gems. I'm not even going to pick that ingot up, and rings and necklaces and stuff like that. I've already got enough things for selling for money. There we go. So there are some people down there, so I'll put this torch away. And I'll summon my familiar. Okay, I actually hit that guy that time. This dog doesn't do very much damage, but he's a pretty decent tank. This guy will be a pretty free trap, because I can just burn that trap under him after I set him off. And the fire will kill him for me. The other two I was not so fortunate to kill for free. But that fire does so much damage. I don't even have very much magic to cast. It's still... There's another level. That's good. I'm actually going to save that level for the boss fight that's later in the dungeon. Oop, there's some gold there. Because when you level up, you immediately gain all your health and magic back. So I can cast Soul Trap, cast a bunch of spells at him, level up, get all my mana back, keep casting at him, kind of thing. That'll make the fight much easier for me. I am fighting somebody here though. I'll get some soul trap on him too, and oak flesh. It's not really to fight him, it's just because as soon as you oak flesh near opponents, it gives you experience still, just by being near them. I missed that again, so I guess I actually am gonna fight this guy this time. This guy messed me up pretty good. Not having any armor really is really unfortunate. Actually, I did have 40 from that spell I cast, but it's not a lot. I got a silver ingot there, so I can make 2 rings with that. 1 silver ingot equals either 2 rings or 1 necklace, and the 2 rings are better for my purpose, just because I also want to enchant the items. If I end up having more items I can craft than gems I can use to enchant, then I'll probably do it the other way, just for the monetary value, because I'm pretty sure the necklace is worth more. Oh, the rings are probably worth more. You sell both. It's another silver ingot, but if you're just selling one thing, then the necklace is worth more. There we go. Another easy soul trap oak flesh combo. Got him. Increased my alteration there. Got him. Get the chest that's down here. Hopefully we get a ring or something. Or even like boots and stuff. I've got no clothing currently either. Because I can see the same thing with the clothing, but it limits the enchants that I have. I know I have a ton of enchantments for weapons, but I'm not sure about armor. Well, I do have that one cool one that I had from that mod. It's probably worth a lot of money too. Oh, wrong way. Every time I play this game, I always go the wrong way from there. Bad habits. Give me some of these. My weight is getting really high, so I might have to drop a piece of armor or something like that, just so that I don't weight myself out here, because I'm at 4 pounds left, so I really don't want to have to worry about it later. So let's see what I have here. What can I drop? I didn't steal that steel armor. That was my big problem, I think. I have 3 bone mold armors. They're worth a lot, so I really don't want to drop them. I'm not wearing any necklace, so I may as well wear that one. The 10 stamina is not really big for my character, but I am sword fighting a little bit, so it might be helpful right now. I'll just drop one of these studded armors. The 6 pounds will be enough for the potions and stuff that I am picking up right now anyway. I think this is a harder fight too, so I might want the familiar and the soul trap here. Let's see if that alerts him. Nope. Cool. I can still regen all my mana. Got him. And I still have lots of mana, so I'm gonna oak flesh and then cast fire at him. Hey, apparently I underestimated his health a little, but I'll still get this fight. Got him. With an epic kill too. Alrighty. I might have 2 whole levels saved up here right now, just because of all the different magic schools that I've been leveling up at the same time. I'm getting a lot of skill enchantment, or level enchantment. Well, I don't know, whatever the word is. I'm leveling up a lot of different abilities right now. I know I have to fight a couple things here, so I'll get this out. I'll just do that right now. Let it regen a little, and soul trap and sword people. Why not? God, my one-handed skill and my damage from that stuff is so low. I'm actually just gonna cheese kill this guy instead, because he will be a harder opponent. I want to save some of that mana so I can soul trap the third guy that's in this room. Get my short sword out and my soul trap. I have to wait for a little bit of mana anyway, so I'll just sit here out of range where he's not going to hit me. And he might come down looking for me. I'll make that easier. Oh, he definitely knows where I am. Okay. Get my torch out here. Oh yeah, getting some block skill too, that's helpful. All sorts of things are leveling up here. Even if I aren't using them right now, I'll use the skill points on all the different magic things that I have, because there's a lot of things I still want. I still have to do enchanting and stuff too. And I need like 5 points just for the first base, and then like it's expensive. The magic things require a lot of level up, so you can't really put it into anything else. And I'm still running around with a sword and oh my god, a sword and shield I said, but it's definitely not a shield I'm holding. But I don't look like a mage the way I'm holding my gear, but the rest of me definitely does still. Oh, it looks so cool. I love that stand, so that sword down on my side and stuff. That's not base, that's from a mod as well. If I remembered what it is, I thought I wrote it down, but I don't see it. I don't know. There's a mod that just changes all the different idle animations and stuff like that. They're really cool. Alright, here's the fight that I was saving my level ups for. He is the man that is holding the dragon stone as well. The item of my search. And there's multiple chests here. There's all kinds of goodies. So I'm gonna actually... Oh yeah, and there's the first dragon word I can get too. Or not dragon word, the dragon shout there. It is a word of power or a dragon shout. Yeah, I'll get this first chest because it's out of the way from the fight. Cool, cool. There we go, circlets. So something else I can enchant. It'll definitely not be as good as my current run, so I won't be replacing that yet. Okay, so let's get ready for this fight here. I know you have to listen to that annoying ass noise it's making. Look at these guys ready. And let's start blasting this man. And there's all of my mana already. Level up, 230 mana back, ready to go. I only got one level, almost another level. It was very close. Did I get a destruction level? No, but I got conjuration to 30. So I can do the apprentice conjuration. I don't really care for that one, but this one's good. It'll be good for the flame astronaut that I summon and stuff like that later. Conjuration, as you can see, is much easier to level up than destruction. This takes so much longer. I had no soul gem big enough to capture him, unfortunately. I did try, though. So there's that stone, and then here's a sword that weighs too much. But it is an enchantment. I'm not sure if I have or not. I don't remember what I've grabbed and what I haven't, so I'll just drop like the steel mace. Beautiful. And what do we got in this bad boy here? Ooh, something I can disenchant, so I will grab it. Another thing, I know I've already disenchanted something with this enchantment, so I'm not going to get it, because there are things that are lighter and more valuable in this chest. The lesser wards, so spell, bunch of arrows. I grab them just because they don't weigh anything. But I do need to drop something significantly heavy. Oh yes, because I grabbed that armor, so I'll drop one of the ones that I had, and I have to make 5 more weight space. I'm good? Cool, I'm good. That was enough. There was a lot of stuff of value that I could have grabbed there, but I have no room for it. And rather than inventory management, I already know I have lots of valuable things to sell, so... And there's nothing else in there that I really needed. I'll just leave it all there. For the next guy that comes through, right? There's a chest here, too. minor alchemy. I really want those. So that's my first keep item. I'm not going to disenchant it because I could just always equip that, and it's got a pretty decent base. But anytime I make potions again, it'll make them better. But I do need to lose 3 pounds of weight as a firm. It's like I should have dumped those. I could go back and get rid of another farmer and grab something more valuable, but like I said, it's not a big deal. So I want to buy the thing for conjuring a sword and for conjuring a flame astronaut for my friend over here, which will help me level up my conjuration, and I can drop off some weight by selling that sword. I don't need it anymore. If I could summon one, that will. It's also going to be much stronger too, because it's a pretty decent quality weapon. It's a Diedrich weapon, so I'm pretty sure it has the base stats of that. Sorry, I'll put it away. I didn't mean to offend you with my fancy magic. Yeah, so the base is better, and it's weightless because it's magic. And it levels up my conjuration, and I don't have to put points into it still. Hey. I'll let them talk it out. There you go.
I'm convinced this is a copy of a much older text. Perhaps dating to just after the Dragon War. If so, I could use this to cross-reference the names with other later texts.
Good. I'm glad you're making progress. My employers are anxious to have some tangible answers.
Oh, have no fear. The Jarl himself has finally taken an interest, so I'm now able to devote most of my time to this research.
Time is running, Farengar, don't forget. This isn't some theoretical question. Dragons have come back.
Yes, don't worry. Although the chance to see a living dragon up close would be tremendously valuable. Now, let me show you something else I found. Very intriguing. I think your employers may be interested as well. Ah, yes, the Jarl's protege. Back from Bleak Falls Barrow. You didn't die, it seems. Ah, the Dragon Stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes the Jarl sends my way. That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim. My associate here will be pleased to see your handiwork. She discovered its location by means she has so far declined to share with you. So your information was correct after all. And we have our friend here to thank for recovering it for us.
You went into Bleak Falls Barrow and got that? Nice work. Just send me a copy when you decide.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If the dragon decides to attack Whiterun, we don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
There's a lot of people running up these stairs.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
No,
Is that you, Braveheart?
sword coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the Watchtower?
No, my lord.
I know, I'm bored too, Vanguard.
I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me for sure.
Good work.
Everybody taking turns looking at me.
Head down to the barracks for some
Did you want my input?
rest.
Oh, this guy too, he snuck a quick look. Ooh.
Irileth, you better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons
I do
than
indeed.
anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar.
It's good.
As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armor.
Is this something I can disenchant?
Kill this dragon.
Oh, it is, but it is extremely heavy.
Can't afford to risk both of you. I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
As you command.
One last thing, Irileth. This isn't a death or glory mission. I need to know what we're dealing with.
Don't worry, my lord. I'm the very soul of caution.
Alrighty, so that's the end of what I'm going to be doing for the quests in this mission. She's just going to run to the front of the city and wait for me there. So I'm going to do all my disenchanting and selling and stuff here now. So if you're interested in seeing that stuff, then stick around. But if not, then this is your time to skip ahead to the next episode. Ugh. I'm carrying too much weight, so I have to walk this slow, if you're wondering. I'm over encumbered with all the goodies, but as soon as I disenchant a bunch of it, then I'll be free to walk again. Let's see here. Okay, that's sort of cold, so I didn't have that one. This deals 4 magic damage, multiplied by 5 on the next hit after this kills a target. So if I kill somebody, it gives me 20 damage on the next hit. So that could be really OP if that number goes up way higher, because if that does like 20, then suddenly it's 100 extra damage. That's pretty broken. This is the Major Knight. So I don't actually want most of these, but I will use them on things. The big thing is I'm keeping them or disenchanting them for the experience, right? For the leveling. That's the big thing here. And I can also enchant all of this goodie here that I have here, and then sell them for a profit. Soul Harvest is 397. So I'm just gonna see which one's the most valuable and then do that one. 406 Fortified Destruction. And I have 18 petty soul gems from that dungeon. So my common ones are all filled with lessers, but I have tons of petty soul gems. And bam. It slightly increases the value of them, right? It's 362. So it's also 362. They're all worth 362. Alrighty. Enchant. But it significantly increases. So like 45 value goes up to 369 value, or 339 value when I use the petty soul gem. So this is what I'll be doing with most of the stuff that I get. And I can do it with these rings and stuff, which I would be doing, but I'd rather do it with the stuff that's more expensive that I'm going to sell and keep the stuff that I don't need to yet. So but I will do them if I do have the room for it, or I have the gems for it, but I'd rather do it with the things that are heavier that I know I'm going to sell first, because I don't mind carrying around the rings if I can't. So armor, it seems like I'll have enough anyway, so I will do that. It's gonna be more value than any of the shopkeepers are gonna have money for naturally, but that's why I had that mod added that I talked about earlier, so that I didn't have to deal with that bullshit of traveling around Skyrim. It saves you a bunch of time, saves me a bunch of time. What is this? Oh yes, I do remember that. I'm like, I don't remember disenchanting for this. I'm like, oh yeah, I did, never mind. I'm like, did the game give me something? I don't like that. 105, 105, so it's the same, okay. So I actually have soul gems still after. So those are the boots that I'm currently wearing. So what can I put on there? Enemy creatures and people within 10 feet have a chance to flee from combat. It becomes 1 feet when I have that low level thing on it. Or this. They're both pretty useless at that level, but I'll use this one instead. I'm not going to sell them, but this is the best one, right? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. What? Oh yeah, I just have to go here. Oops. I keep clicking. I'm like, why is it not working? I'm like, oh, it did work. Never mind. I'm just dumb. Oops, I did not mean to exit yet. I still have more stuff. I think Farengar might buy some of this stuff. I'm not sure. I think he'll buy the rings and stuff. And then I could buy soul gems and those spells from him like I wanted. And maybe some empty soul gems as well. So I probably should have looked at that while I was doing that, because I probably could have captured that last guy and gotten a common soul rather than the lower level souls, but I wasted them filling them with lower quality soul gems because I wasn't paying attention. And I got more levels, but I'm not going to do the level ups until the next video so all can see.
Take a look.
Let's see what he will buy. So yeah, he will buy these things. So there's a lot of money's worth in there. These, I'll keep the ward because I don't have one. I can sell this in the treasure map because I've already collected that. I don't need those Thalmor ropes either. Alrighty, so I need the bound sword I wanted, and I wanted the conjure flame atronach. So those are the two big ones. I can also get the firebolt spell, which is a better fireball. I'm not sure if I can use it yet, but I'll be able to use it soon. So, and I will buy all these lesser soul gems and all these petty soul gems. I'm like poor again, but I have a bunch of stuff to sell still, and I want all those soul gems so I can keep leveling up my conjuration, and I have soul gems to fill at the same time, so I'm not just casting it at targets and not getting anything from it. Because I make a lot of money from those soul gems, as you can see. It significantly increases the value of weapons and stuff. So if I get like a higher value weapon and then enchant it, like it'll make a huge difference. Get the Salamander. I'll learn those spells too, but I'm not going to do it this episode. The same thing as before. But you'll get to, if you stayed in, you'll get on this side quest.
You must be one of those
starved your wife and daughter to reclaim some rusty old sword.
Guards in Dragon Street say you aided the yard. On behalf of White
Jesus, everybody wants to talk to me.
No child of
Do you mind?
You can claim your sword, or you can keep your wife.
Damn.
You set foot outside that
She is not taking shit from him.
return.
Alright,
Tried mercenary work?
let's see.
My Sapphire doesn't like that he fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon.
Do you help finding the
Tried to
sword,
throw
sir?
Bandits nearby.
Oh, sir, he knows. He
Don't
just
know why
wants
I'm
me to
saying
collect
this,
it.
but if you find it out in your
I will
travels,
do that for you, sir.
If you find Sapphire. Wait,
Let's loot all that. And I'm pretty sure this is the grave site. But there's some nightshade here that I would like. So I'll collect all that. I will go sell all of my goody weapons and armors. And then I will make potions and do the same thing with that again. If I can remember where I am. Okay, this is... Oh, I don't want to go that way because I don't want to start the next quest. Like I said, I don't want to go anywhere near that lady there talking to her guards because I don't want anybody to miss that whole speech. So I will sell everything to the general goods guy so that I can avoid that area. And then I'll go do those potions.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them.
I would also call them junk. I'll sell all these arrows now because I don't actually need them. Swords. I don't need any swords anymore. I don't need any of this stuff. I'm keeping these though, and I will use them in just a minute too, actually. Frostbite I don't want. Don't need any of these, to be honest. I'll keep these just in case I need them. Keep all of those. Sell that one. I have a lot of weight and potions, but I don't want to get rid of them just in case. I don't want to regret it later, kind of thing. Those are all my spells. Do I have anything miscellaneous to sell to him? Amethysts. I said I needed these for crafting rings and stuff, but I don't need that many, so I'll sell a bunch of them. Because I'd rather garnets and stuff like that because they're more valuable anyway. I'll sell these. I have a lot of soul gems. I got a ruby too, 5 silver ingots and a silver ore. So I need 2 silver ores to make a single ingot, but these will make 10 rings that I can enchant again too. So let's see if he has a single silver ore. And I will also buy his lesser soul gems. Here's some iron ore. He has some lesser ones here. Good. He has 5 petty ones. I don't really need a lot of petty ones because I have so many already. But so he has 2 silver ores. I'll just buy one of them. I don't need 2. I could just take the other one just for when I find another one. But I don't need it, so I'm not going to bother with it. And all I have left to do is my potion crafting. and selling, and I will be prepared to go fight that dragon. I want to make sure that I get some resist fire potions ready for that dragon fight too. So restore magic. I don't have anything for resist fire. That's unfortunate. I do have some already made, but I wanted to make better ones. I forgot to wear the gloves. I'll wear those right now. I'm not wearing any gloves anyway right now, so I can just always wear them. But it'll just, oh, it doesn't even really intrude on my hands. You can see it on my wrists, but that's not a big deal. I don't mind that. Oh, it cuts into my thing. That's a little weird, but yeah, the difference, it was 22 magic I was gaining before from these, and now it's 24, so it's 2 extra points. That's decent. Damage stamina. It's a lot of those. Some resist magic. Fortify stamina. That increased my alteration skill. Quit alchemy. I forgot to check to see if I needed to eat any ingredients. That's kind of unfortunate. Eat that one. Okay, so there wasn't much anyway. It was just 1 ingredient, so I wasn't missing out on much anyway. Let's sell all these goodies. And she might also have recipe potions, which I will use too. Oh, there's a resist fire, so I'll get that one just in case she tells me an ingredient I don't know. She might tell me that something gives you that, and it's like on the 3rd or 4th slot, so I wouldn't learn that unless I accidentally learned it. So I might be able to make one and just didn't know it yet. Resist magic. I'll sell these because they're still low. Even at 5%, it's pretty bad. Stamina's increased. Poison. It's pretty cool, but I'll never use that either. Restore magicka. That's good. Alright, I want all of these. So let's read that book she just gave me. Is it not a book? Oh, it is right there in front of me. Almost. So Elves Ear and Mudcrab Chitin. So let's see if she has Elves Ears or Mudcrab Chittens. I'll buy one of each. So E for Elves Ears. She has them there. 30. I have already learnt them, so I've had them at one point, but I see it doesn't show the resist fire, so I don't know that they work for that yet. But now I do. And M for Mudcrab. M. Oh, I guess she doesn't have any of those. Oh well, I'll see if I have... Oh, she had a dragon's tongue. I know from personal... I probably have some. I know from personal use from before that they do work, so I will do the resist fire. So this guy, go to the ingredients, get the Elves Ear, and let's also... I'm pretty sure I have some, right? The dragons... Oh no, I don't have any. No, so I guess I would use them already. But resist fire, 15% fire damage for 60 seconds. It's pretty decent. But before I use my last fly, I will fly, or whatever that ingredient's called. I'll see if she has a dragon's tongue she can sell me.
So you're an alchemist then?
Yep, 1 dragon's tongue for 15. Because it might make that thing better, or it might teach me something else for using it. It's definitely worth the chance. For 15 gold. Two-handed, 20%. No, nothing. Just the 15% still. But it was a valuable potion, so I'll sell that one too.
What do you need? Take a look.
Let's get rid of that. I'll sell one of these. I don't need that many of them. Resist fire, so they have 15, 13, so it's like 2%. It's a good difference though. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. Alright, that's everything I'm going to do. I'm going to start the next episode by going down, meeting that lady, or leveling up, reading my books, then meeting that lady, and we're going to go fight us a dragon. Oh, but what would be an episode without some frame drops and a man standing inside of a leg post, right? Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. See you later.